You are 35. Last Tuesday, Derek sat across from you at a diner and asked to borrow $6,000. 11 years ago, you and Derek started the same job. Same day, same orientation packet, same starting salary. Derek got promoted twice before you got promoted once. Everyone said Derek was the one to watch. You watched him too. Last Tuesday, he asked for $6,000. You said yes before the check came. You didn't check your account first. You didn't need to. The gap was never the paycheck. It was one decision you made at 25. Everyone thought it was pathetic. You never told a soul. This is how you left the race while everyone kept watching the wrong runner. Rewind. You are 25. You have a real job. Badge, benefits, a login that took 3 tries to set up. Every 2 weeks, the deposit lands.
Every 2 weeks, it's gone before the next one shows up. Not on anything wild. Rent, the car payment,
A gym membership you use twice a month. Little Uber Eats orders that don't feel like spending because they're never more than $14. You're not broke. You'd never say that word out loud. But you're one canceled shift away from a problem you can't fix. You don't know that yet. In April, you get a raise. $3,200 a year. For about 10 days, you feel like you made it. Then it's a nicer studio, a pair of headphones you didn't need. A slightly better version of the same life. 6 months later, you need the next raise just to feel normal again. You're working harder. You're standing in exactly the same place. Sunday nights, you stop opening the banking app. You already know roughly what it says. Looking would make it real. So you don't look. Derek looks at the same paycheck and does the opposite. He leases an Audi. 2 guys from the warehouse walk over just to look at it. He stands next to it like a man already halfway somewhere. You stand next to your Civic, 90,000 miles, a bumper you've been meaning to fix for a year. Like a man standing still. Because you are. You don't know it yet. But the way out doesn't look like winning. It looks like losing. On purpose. In front of everyone keeping score. It happens on an ordinary Thursday. Your manager stops by your desk. Good quarter. There's a bonus. $2,750. You wait to feel something. Nothing comes. That night you do a kind of math you've spent 10 years avoiding. Not this month's math. All of it. 40 more years of this. 40 more years of the deposit landing and leaving before it even gets comfortable. And at the end of it, what? You will have shown up every single day and still be one bad month from a problem. The thought doesn't scare you. It just empties you out. The next day, you notice a guy who runs receiving down in the warehouse. Walt, 61, maybe older. Drives a Ranger with 200,000 miles on it and a bumper sticker too faded to read. Nothing ever rattles him. Not a bad shipment. Not a screaming customer. Nothing. You ask him, half joking, how he stays so calm. He doesn't laugh. He says, money you have and money you look like you have aren't the same animal. Most people spend 40 years feeding the wrong one. Then he goes back to a sandwich. You don't. That night, you open your laptop. You add up everything you actually have. It's small, almost embarrassing. Then you do the thing nobody ever taught you to do. You set up an automatic transfer for the morning your paycheck lands. Before rent, before anything. Into an account you can't touch without 3 days' notice, on purpose. You write a number on a sticky note. You open your calendar and pick a date, 10 years out. You set a silent reminder with no title. You close the laptop. You tell no one. You didn't quit. You didn't make an announcement. You just quietly started paying your future self first and let everyone keep believing you were falling behind. Nobody noticed. That was the whole design. You are 27, a friend's engagement dinner. 10 people around a table too small for 10 people. The question comes around like it always does. So what's new with you? The guy 2 seats down just made director. The woman next to him is buying a house with her fiancé before the wedding even happens. Their answers are big and loud and rehearsed. It reaches you. You say work's fine, nothing new. You watch the small, polite disappointment cross three faces at once. At the end of the night, Derek's card gets declined at the register. He laughs it off. Bank flagged it for fraud. Pays with his phone instead. Nobody thinks twice. Neither do you. Not yet. You drive home feeling smaller, not poorer. For years, your job title was your answer to who are you. You just gave that up on purpose. You have no idea yet what replaces it. You are 28. Derek clocks your Civic in the lot 2 mornings in a row and finally says something. You good, man? Like, actually good? His face isn't cruel. That's what makes it worse. It's worried. You say you're good. He nods the way people nod when they don't believe you. At lunch, 2 coworkers don't notice you sit down behind them. One says, I feel bad for him, honestly. The other says, maybe he's helping his parents out or something. You don't correct them. You can't. You have more saved than both of them combined, sitting 3 tables away, eating a sandwich in silence. Nobody noticed. That was starting to become the point. You were 29. Someone from your old team quits to travel for a year, funded by savings, a credit card, and a GoFundMe nobody questions out loud. The whole office talks about it like it's brave. Photos start showing up, a rooftop in Lisbon, a boat off Croatia. People say things like, must be nice, and I wish I had the guts. You don't say anything. You have the guts. You also have a number in your banking app that says you could actually do it and still land on your feet when you got back. You don't correct anyone. You just close the tab and go back to work. And something about that, having the option, not needing to prove you have it, feels different than anything else so far. Quieter. You can't explain it to anyone, so you don't try. You are 30. This is the part nobody warns you about. You're doing everything right, and it feels worse, not better. No applause. No number that announces itself. Nobody telling you that you're winning. Just a balance that grows so slowly, it might as well be standing still. A friend from college posts the group chat photo. New house, keys in hand, 30 reactions in an hour. You type a reply. Delete it. Type it again. You can't match that. Not for years. That night you pull up the sticky note number on your phone. The date is still so far away. 5 years of doing the responsible thing, and this is what you have to show for it. A hidden number and a date you're not allowed to be proud of out loud. You lie awake. The thought finally arrives, fully formed. Maybe they were right about you. Maybe you traded the good years for a spreadsheet. You don't know it yet. But Derek is feeling the exact opposite of this tonight. That's the actual problem. You are 31. The strange part is you miss it. The scoreboard. The bonus you could brag about. The title that told you exactly where you stood. This quiet version of winning has no metrics. Nobody claps when you don't buy the thing. One night you're on a truck dealer's site at 1 a.m. just looking. Financing available, 0 down. Your thumb sits over the button. You imagine pulling into the lot. You imagine the 2 guys walking over. Just once, you want to feel like you're winning something the way Derek always looks like he's winning something. Your thumb stays there in the dark for a long time. You don't know it yet. But in 3 weeks, the decision gets taken out of both your hands. You are 32. It comes on a Monday, a restructuring. Half the floor let go by noon. You and Derek get the email within an hour of each other. This is the moment that ends people who've been living on the edge. And for a second, holding a cardboard box in the parking lot, you think it might end you too. The fund is there, 7 years of quiet transfers sitting in it, but it's not infinite. Only enough if you protect it. So you make the call that guts you. You move back into your parents' house. Same room, same water stain on the ceiling you stared at 17. You sell the amp and the guitar you'd had since college. The one thing you owned purely for the fun of it. That night, you do the math again. The date on your phone is now further away than the day you first set it. 7 years of quietly falling behind, and you've ended up back where you started. For the first time, you don't think they were wrong about you. You think you were. You almost delete the whole plan right there. You actually open the app to do it. Pull every dollar out. Cover a few months at a normal standard of living. Stop pretending this was ever going to work. Your thumb hovers over the transfer button the same way it hovered over the truck a year earlier. This time it's not tempting you towards something. It's tempting you to quit. You don't though. You don't touch the fund. You don't take a loan to look okay again. You take the humiliation instead of the debt. Derek keeps his apartment, keeps the lease, lands a new job within 3 weeks and posts about it, grinning, tagged location, a rooftop bar. From the outside, he handled the layoff better than you did. Never moved home. Never looked like he was struggling for a single day. What you find out later, the new job pays less. The lease got extended by refinancing through a buy now, pay later app. And the card that got declined at that dinner 3 years ago wasn't the last time. He wasn't swimming. He was drowning in a way nobody could see, because looking like he was swimming was the entire game he was playing. You go back to work eventually, but this time it's a job you chose, not one you grabbed because rent was due Friday. That had never been true for you before. Something shifts slowly after that. A canceled shift becomes an inconvenience, not a crisis. A bad manager becomes something you can walk away from, not a cage. A surprise expense becomes an email you send, not a night you don't sleep. The number was never impressive. It bought you the one thing nobody standing on the edge ever has: the ability to say no, the ability to wait for the right job, the right offer, the right version of your own life, instead of just the next one that shows up. The date on your phone comes and goes on an ordinary Wednesday. You don't even notice until that night. Nobody throws a party. You just look up and realize you crossed it. The people who used to worry about you go quiet. And slowly, the ones who looked like they were winning start asking you the same question. Voice lowered, a little embarrassed. How did you actually do it? You didn't get out by working harder or caring less than anyone else at that table. You got out by playing a completely different game. One with no scoreboard, no leaderboard, no title at the end of it that anyone else could see. A game where you had to decide, alone, in the dark, what winning even meant to you, with nobody clapping for a single move you made along the way. You are 35. Derek is across from you again. Same diner, same booth, holding the coffee you offered to buy, asking how you did it. This time, he actually means it. You think about the sticky note, the dinner where you felt small, the night your thumb hovered over the button, the room with the water stain where you were sure it was over. You look at him and you tell him the truth. For 11 years, nobody noticed you were winning. Not your friends, not your family, not him. And that's exactly why it worked. You stopped performing for an audience that was never actually watching. The race doesn't end when you get rich. It ends the moment you stop running for people who were never watching in the first place. Maybe you already started. Maybe you're still standing at the edge tonight, telling yourself you're fine. Maybe tonight's the night you open the banking app and quietly set a date only you will ever see. If you do, nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to clap. That was never the point. Being free was.